All right, here we go for our weekly thrifting. I got a light up here, the old cast iron floor lamp. Trying to get a little better lighting on this stuff here. So here's some thrift store finds for the week. We had what do you call those, Vision cookware, and we're missing a top or two, a lid or two for those, and we found these
49
for 49 cents each. These two lids, they're the Vision cookware, which theirs can be expensive, so that was a pretty good deal for that. And then this is we're not sure if it's a night light or what it is. It's vintage, made in Japan by Crest. If we can see that. $5 for that. And it had this cord and this light bulb, which is kind of laying in there. Like they ran the cord through one of these holes in the side. It has holes. If you look inside it, it has all these little holes in it. So thinking that maybe a candle went in there, or maybe a light bulb. Probably a light bulb, because you can see this cutout here. And that's like a porcelain, really fancy, with all these flowers. It's just, they're all hand made and applied.
This one's the best one.
Yeah, it's just really detailed and kind of beautiful. Look at that. All the little individual petals they put in there. You got all kinds of flowers on it. Just really detailed and fragile looking. It's a miracle this thing has survived. It's probably from the 1950s or something. Still has that little sticker, and it's got a number on the bottom also. That was $5, so that's pretty neat. It came with that cord, the switch on it and all that. And then got this little milk bottle for $5. It's a half pint. It's not really marked with any kind of dairy or anything, but it has a lid in it, which some people collect just these lids. So I'll zoom in on it. It says dairy products, seal on hood. Hope we can see that. I know the lighting's not the best. And it's kind of dirty. It's got a lot of dirt on it. It's got a little staple stuck in it. This little tab, you would pull up on that tab and then lift this off. But it would be in the milk bottle, and then you'd have another seal over the top of that. And that's just telling you your milk is sealed and pure. And just the little cardboard thing sells for about $10. And the bottles, they may go $5-10, something like that. But that was $5 for all that. And then she got some jewelry. We stopped at a place on the side of the road that was selling things. And this is, it says 14 karat inside here. But if you look at it, most of the gold is rubbed off it. So it was probably 14 karat plated, or
maybe flat gold plated.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's solid gold though, but it does have an opal in the middle and probably some rubies around the edges of it. And I guess the rest are probably crystals or something. We haven't looked at that closely, other than looking at the inside there where it's marked. You can tell it was gold plated because there's some gold plating still right up here. Hopefully this thing will focus. There. And then the rest is kind of silvery looking. So that was $2. Kind of just, you could get the gemstones out of there and probably get $2 worth of gemstones, really. And she liked this little watch, which it's kind of a vintage watch. It's a Timex electric. It even says electric, So this is back when they first started with battery watches, I guess. It's kind of a big, I don't think, that may not be the original band, because if you look at it, but it does say USA all over this band. It says USA on every link of that band. And you can see there's the battery probably right under that cover. It's got a stainless steel back. It does turn if you pull the stem out. It's got the date on it. You got a number for the date. So everything turns on it. And it looks like it's in good condition. You know, it's not been worn much. Doesn't look like. $2, yeah. Ladies watch. Okay, next we have these vintage wine glasses. They're uranium glass, Vaseline glass they call them.
1920.
And she looked these up. Yeah, they're from the 1920s. They have like flat spots, little facets to them. And then they also have, they're etched with flowers on them. I don't know if you can see that. We turned the lights off because the way they glow when you put a UV light on them. See how they glow? I'll see if I can get the light just right. See how they got that green glow. They look a lot better in person. They have like this really intense radioactive green glow to them. The camera just doesn't do it justice. Let me tell you, they look fantastic in person. So I'm kind of, that's the UV light. And then I'll change it to, there's your white light. That's how they look in white light. And then this flashlight has a red light. And there's the UV light. See that?
The etching. Look. See?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, they're just cool. I wish you could see these in person. They're fantastic. But they're, what'd you pay? $18 for a set?
Yeah.
Can you turn that light back on for me? $18 for a set of these. And we looked them up and they're probably worth, for a set, probably $30, $40. So she got a real good deal. This is one of them roadside bargains. Let's take a look. See the etching on them. And I guess this was a wine glass back in 1920. That's the size of glass you would get if you had a glass of wine, just 3 ounces of wine. Which compared to today, that's nothing, right? That's like a shot glass. Okay. So that was a fantastic deal there. We'll move over to this side of the table. Here, I'm going to show you smallest to biggest here. So we got a little bitty frying pan, which is probably an ashtray. This is probably a giveaway from a filling station. It looks like it may have been in the ground a little bit. It's kind of rusted and corroded looking here. But it looks like you would put your cigarette right here on it. And it says Standard Fuels Incorporated. So I'm guessing that's the Standard Oil Company back in the day. Little cast iron pan. That was cool. That's $6. And these go for a little more than that. You know, it depends. I couldn't find one that said Standard Fuels. So this might appeal to someone who is in the car memorabilia and things like that. You might gasoline. Some people collect gasoline cans and oil cans and stuff like that. But they go anywhere from $10 to $30 for these. You know, it really depends on the buyer. And then we got one of these old-fashioned grinding wheels that you put on your workbench. So I wanted that. That's pretty neat. You just screw it onto your workbench and then you crank it by hand, which just needs a little oil. It barely turns. There's a spot for oil up here. It's got kind of an, if you look at the design of it, it's kind of like an Art Deco look to it. So I'm thinking this might be from the 1930s, 40s maybe. It's got some age on it. Look at the dirt has just turned into like baked on dirt and oil in there. It does turn freely. You turn it like this. This may be the original wheel too. It's like a blue wheel. And if you look closely, if I clean this up, I'm pretty sure this is going to be blue. The body of the grinder. I'll turn that down a little bit. In a certain light, you can see it had blue paint on it. It's just a lot of dirt filled up, all cast iron. Pretty neat old thing. You got yourself a little rest here. You put your whatever you're sharpening on there. Rest it. A neighbor of mine had one of these, older fella, and he would crank that thing up and it would spin for quite a while, and you could, you know, sharpen it. So you didn't have to go like one-handed, turn it and then sharpen it while you're cranking it. Which I'll see when I get this loosened up. It turns, but it doesn't turn freely. So that's a cool thing. These sell for, you know, $20 to $100, something like that. Probably more, somewhere in the middle. This will probably be like 30 to 50 bucks for this one, I imagine, depending on which one you get. This is probably the best thing we got here. If anybody knows what that is, just go ahead and let me know. Leave it in the comments what you think that is before I tell you what it is. Take a good look at it. Tell me what you think it is. It's got a long handle on it. Big old shifter handle. And these 4 things on top. If I show you this plate here, that kind of gives it away. It looks like it was in a barn. See how they got it bolted to a chunk of wood, and it almost looks like they must have broke it off. Whatever it was attached to, they just snapped it off of that. Whatever it was, there's a nail coming through here to here, a bolt to bolt. And they've got it bolted through here. Somebody started taking the bolts out. Must have been a hard time getting them out. This is seized up too, so I cannot work the handle. But I'll show you what it says on the cast iron here. It says True Line Junior, made in USA, Lyman, Middlefield, Connecticut. Now if any of you know, that's a reloading press. That's what that is. It's for reloading ammunition. I'm not sure if these were, I don't think they were caliber specific. So you could get dies for like 30-30, probably 38 Special, 357 Magnum. You know, your older calibers, 22 Hornet, or something like that. Compared to a modern reloading press, these holes look kind of small. Like they take a special die. You probably need to buy the dies specifically for this press. A lot of the newer presses, you can buy dies from Lee or from whoever, from Lyman, and they interchange. But for this one, you need special dies. But take a guess how much one of these costs. I looked it up on eBay, and they're going for between $50 and $200 for one of these. But the ones that were $50 were taking bids, so I imagine they would go up even higher. The ones that were buy it now, it said $200 on them. And I got this for 10 bucks. It is seized up, so I'm going to have to do a little work to it. But to me, it looks like everything's there. You got your shell holder, which is probably for a certain caliber. I'm sure it is. It's, you know, only a certain caliber is going to fit in there. This is for your primer. You put your primer in there. That pushes it up into there, into your shell. And then you'd have a decapper, a bullet seeder, and a resizing die possibly. Depending on what you're reloading. But that's what it is, guys. It's a reloading press. It's an old vintage one. $10. Maybe I get 100, maybe 200 for it. Don't know. Let's see if I can get it loosened up. That's it, guys. That's all our thrifting store finds for the week. I think we did pretty good. We could probably make some money off of all this stuff. Keep looking for them thrifting finds, guys. Take care.